David, if I may,
Yeah.
could I offer something to the parish? In
Sure.
the least surprising news to ever be reported, Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy is, quote, growing tired of Jerry Jones and being undermined at every turn, close quote. Rico, your surprise face.
Wow. I didn't see this coming at all. I mean, those two were just hand in hand in every step trying to get the Cowboys to get back to the Super Bowl. It's not like
Stunning.
every year he threatens his job.
Right here, right now, even money, plus 100, FanDuel, Mike McCarthy to be fired. If I offered it to you, would you bet your hard-earned money that Mike McCarthy is not the Dallas Cowboys head coach? Start at 25.
I would bet that he would not be the Cowboys head coach. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
good.
too many big names out there, and you know Jerry Jones loves his stars, so yeah, he's going to try to work on that Belichick deal. I can see it now.
David?
Yeah, before I get to the bowl predictions, let's just bring this up and talk about it. Isaiah Buggs has been released by the Kansas City Chiefs.
There's my next
Arrested
surprise face.
Twice in less than a month.
Yeah. What do you want me to say to it?
Basically, he just said it. You're not. This is
No,
not.
you know what
Lions
this is?
dodged a bullet.
Right. Sometimes you sell your stock, and the Lions couldn't have sold at a better time because not only some pretty heinous things. Just go ahead and use the Google to find out, but not a good person.
So let's finish this off here with some more bowl predictions. We'll close out the bowl predictions here. Let's start with this one. Drake May, not Michael Penix Jr., will make the fewest starts among all rookie first-round quarterbacks.
I'm going to say no because I still think that's going to be JJ. I think JJ may, and even Minnesota has come out and said they want to redshirt him. They don't want to play him at all to try to acclimate him to the system and get him to learn the plays. In other words, he's not picking it up. And he's nowhere close to being ready. So I'm going to say no on that, and I'm going to say JJ is the quarterback who has the least amount of starts.
I'm with Rico on that. I just don't think you can put JJ out there. He's a project. He's a developmental player. He's nowhere near ready, and it's a really hard adjustment to go to the NFL, but it's even harder when you don't know the other team's plays. David?
I'm not playing that today. Yet again.
Hey, hold on. You don't get to play nothing. Factual. JJ went up on that TV saying why we had to start doing it.
Hey, what's the defense? Who's that guy running it? That's called a safety, JJ.
Seriously, is anyone going to tell me what they're running?
That's what I'm not playing. I'm not playing that.
Too high safety.
I got to go meditate.
What does that mean?
So Baker Mayfield
Cover
has
three.
yet another offensive coordinator, yet they predict that he will top 4,000 yards for a second consecutive season.
I'm not so sure on that one. Look, Dave Canales got his career back on track. I don't think it's as easy as just swapping out Canales, who's now a head coach, for new guy. I mean, okay, here's where David makes fun of me as a Baker defender. How many years has he played in the league? Is it 5?
I think
6?
it's 6, yeah.
He's had 6 OCs.
Yeah.
By the way, the year he got thrown out of Cleveland, he played with a torn labrum. Why? Because he was trying to sacrifice himself for the team. I like the kid. He's gutty.
Yeah, I think, you know what? He's still being punished for those commercials. That's it, where he walked around Cleveland Stadium and everybody's like, oh, you think you're better. But he really goes out there and he really tries his best to be a team leader. He leaves it out on the field. It's all the stuff here in this city that people love from their Lions. He actually gives it to you. He just plays for the Bucks.
But I think 4,000 with a new coordinator, I get a little leery about it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Unless you're just going to flat out abandon the run.
Well, we'll see about that. The Cowboys, 10.5 wins. Niners, 11.5 wins. Dolphins, 9.5 will struggle to get the over on the projected win totals for DraftKings.
I agree. No, I agree. I think the Niners have questions, especially with a little bit of drama and an aging O-line. The Cowboys, you don't win 12 games a year every year, and they're a mess. They did nothing this offseason. And with the Dolphins, Waddle's never healthy. Tua wants a contract, drama there, and it's a tough division. So I'm not mad at any of those.
I can see the Dolphins is what?
Dolphins are at 9.5.
I think the Dolphins can hit the over.
Okay.
Because the division is not that difficult. And when the weather is warm and they're rolling, you saw last year they were putting up 70-point games. Not saying they will do that again, but yeah, as far as the Niners, it's really going to be the first 4 games. If you could brush aside all of the things that have gone on in the offseason, that's a professional team. And it's like, okay, put the noise aside. We'll pick it back up after this season is over. Cowboys, no, I think they'll go full Cowboys.
Well, with that being said about the 49ers, bold prediction, the Rams will win the NFC West.
I don't see that. I know Stafford and the Rams look like, they kind of resurged, but I don't know if their defense is going to be that defense that they had back when Aaron Donald was leading that. So they'll put up a ton of offensive points. They got some great receivers, but I don't know if they can stop people.
This next one includes your boy, Mike. It says the Week 17 matchup between the Titans at the Jags. That game will determine last place in the AFC South.
I'm not mad at it. I think that division has gone from being a joke to being a bit of a bitch in 2 years. I mean, when you look at it, Houston's nothing to play with. I think the Colts, Richardson could be anything he wants to be with the tools he has. You know what I think of Trevor Lawrence. The Titans are the one where, yeah, I don't think much of them. But I'm not mad if you told me the Jags struggle. They don't fix the protection. Or God forbid Lawrence gets hurt again. And he played through it last year with a high ankle sprain. So, yeah, David, I can't bristle at that.
Joe Burrow will win the MVP.
Why not?
I mean, I think you could probably I would pencil him in as comeback player of the year. MVP means a lot of things have to go right. And I don't know if he's going to be that guy. So I'm going to say no for Burrow for MVP. Yes for Burrow for comeback player of the year. MVP, I'm kind of interested to see what happens in Philly with Jalen Hurts. Now that you added Saquon, now that you have all your wide receivers under contract, and it looks like everybody's happy, you bring in Kellen Moore to run the offense. I look to maybe I would put my money on Jalen Hurts.
And I think they're saying it because of this one. The last bold prediction we'll talk about, the Cincinnati Bengals will make the Super Bowl. Well, they will lose to the Detroit Lions.
Oh, let it happen.
Wow.
God, that would be amazing. Not mad at either one of those. Why would I freak out about the Lions making the Super Bowl? Of course they can.
Hold on.
And the Bengals?
But if that's the case,
yeah,
wouldn't Jared Goff be your MVP?
Yes.
Not of the league.
And then people like Jim Costa would be forced to leave the city of Detroit.
Oh, Jim Costa's giving him Goff a bunch of love. Like, oh, he got married and now he's just one ring down, and nobody's had a better summer than Goff. But no, I'm thinking if the Lions have made it all the way to the Super Bowl, just the fact that it's so new, that I think people would buy in and Goff would end up being the MVP rather than Joe Burrow.